Have you ever stopped to wonder how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a question many may ask because deep down we all yearn for affection, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn genuine admiration, not just for superficial qualities or accomplishments, but for who we truly are at our core? Imagine every relationship as an adventure, and you are the explorer of your own self. You want to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others, but to do that you need a map, a path leading to understanding, connection, and ultimately love. Today, I will guide you in discovering your true value in a relationship based on 9 ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. So pay attention, for these are not mere empty pieces of advice you often hear. It's about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Get ready to shed light on the mysteries of cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships, ones that are built on mutual respect and inner strength. Now, let's get started. Lesson 1. Understanding your true worth. So, how does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? Stoics believed in focusing on what we have power over, and, guess what, your self-value is entirely within your grasp. It's not about how many likes you get on social media, or if someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this. Imagine you're a gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the worth of a rare gem, right? Some might stroll past without realizing its significance, but that doesn't diminish the gem's value. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't diminish just because someone overlooks it. Let's be honest, we've all experienced rejection and felt inadequate, especially in today's world where everyone appears to be thriving. But here's the real deal. With a Stoic perspective, your value isn't dependent on someone else's validation. It's connected to how you conduct yourself, your principles, your deeds. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your values? That's where your genuine worth resides. The Stoics believed in reflecting on oneself, so pause for a moment to consider your qualities, not just the obvious ones, but the deeper aspects. What truly defines you? What makes you special? Embrace these qualities, and you'll find strength. So in relationships, it's about finding strength in your own value, your self-worth, whether or not others recognize it. Always keep in mind, understanding your worth isn't a one-off event. It's a continuous journey, a practice that evolves over time. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging to yourself that you have value, not because of anyone else's opinion, but because of the inherent qualities that make you who you are. Lesson 2. Present yourself with dignity. Now, before you start picturing a Stoic as this stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let me set the record straight. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And guess what? The way you present yourself deserves your energy. So let's chat about what it means to present yourself with dignity in relationships. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we go to great lengths to impress someone, only to lose sight of who we truly are? We change the way we dress, speak, all in hopes of gaining approval. But here's the key point, and this is where our calm and wise perspective comes in. Your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style or the trendy spots you frequent. It's about how you present yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom observing 2 students giving presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience, while the other student is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the importance of presenting oneself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasize the significance of living honestly and respecting oneself. So how does this apply to dating today? It's straightforward. Be authentically yourself. If you adore diving into books, embrace it. If you have a strong passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. And here's another important point: treating yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself establishes the bar for how others will treat you. If you're always criticizing yourself, you're essentially saying it's all right for others to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement. I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said: "Gee, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In relationships, it's not only about your appearance or words. It's about your responses, your demeanor in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to blend in, or are you staying true to yourself even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We're all human with our flaws and awkward times. What matters is how you deal with those moments. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and keep going? Let's take a moment to reflect. How can we begin to show ourselves more dignity? It could involve setting clear boundaries or refusing things that don't match our values. It might also mean treating ourselves with more compassion and respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. Lesson 3. The Art of Nonverbal Communication. I understand if this sounds a bit old-fashioned or strict at first, but please hear me out. It's not about being difficult to approach. It's about respecting yourself and recognizing your worth. So what does Stoicism have to say about this? Stoicism teaches us how to control ourselves and stay strong, but not in a strict or boring way. It's about understanding what really matters and not giving it away too easily. In a world where we want things right away and keep scrolling endlessly, Stoicism feels like a breath of fresh air. Let's think about it. In relationships or when we're getting to know someone, there's often this rush to share everything: our time, our space, our deepest feelings. But Stoics would suggest taking a step back. Why? Because when something is always available, it loses its specialness. It's just how humans are. If you're always there whenever someone needs you, always saying yes to everything, where's the excitement, the mystery, the anticipation? Let's talk about how to set boundaries gracefully, the Stoic way. Firstly, it starts with your appearance. Dressing stylishly yet modestly isn't just about looks, it sends a message. It communicates, I respect myself. You're not concealing yourself, but you're also not revealing everything up front. It's about finding equilibrium, expressing there's more to me than what you see. Another crucial aspect is managing your time and focus. In a hyper-connected world, being discerning about who receives your time is a meaningful choice. It's not about playing games, it's about affirming, my time is precious, and I prioritize it thoughtfully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged. However, when you're not, it's okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own life, interests, and personal development. Stoicism also emphasizes emotional self-mastery. It doesn't advocate being cold or disconnected. Instead, it encourages maintaining a balanced perspective. This means not allowing minor things to deeply affect you. It's about preserving inner peace and composure. You don't freely give your emotional energy to everyone. It's something that should be earned, much like how you selectively allocate your time and attention. I'm not implying that you should become unfeeling or distant like a Stoic statue. We are all human, and genuine connections are essential for a fulfilling life. However, there's something special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that aren't solely based on immediate gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships that have depth and endurance, something that goes beyond instant access and quick fixes. It's important to note that setting limits isn't about playing tricks or controlling situations. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about demonstrating, not just through words but also through actions, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. So here's to being a bit more selective, composed, and stoic in our relationship approach. It's about striking a balance between openness and discernment, between sharing and reserving a bit. And believe me, it greatly influences how others see and treat you. Cheers to valuing ourselves and embracing a bit of stoicism in today's dating scene. Lesson 4. Be ready to walk away. In Stoicism, there's a powerful idea about letting go, not in a distant or uncaring manner, but in understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes particularly significant in relationships. We've all experienced this, haven't we? Being in a place where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to hope for improvement. But here's where Stoicism steps in. Real strength comes from realizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that go against our principles, and we can opt for a different path. This doesn't imply that you should give up as soon as things get tough. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to understand your self-worth and principles so profoundly that when something fundamentally contradicts them, you are prepared to walk away. Marcus Aurelius, a notable Stoic philosopher, once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This wisdom can be applied to our relationships. If a relationship doesn't align with your principles, if it isn't uplifting you or fostering your growth, it may be time to leave. This might sound intimidating. Walking away always is. But think about it. When you cling to something that's not meant for you, you're closing yourself off to new opportunities, to people who might value and appreciate you as you deserve. Sometimes, it's not about what we walk away from, but what we walk towards. Walking away from a situation that isn't right for you opens up the possibility for something that truly is. Additionally, walking away isn't necessarily a final step. It can be a chance for the other person to change, for you to find a different path to come together. Sometimes, the decision to leave is what makes both individuals recognize the changes they need to make, leading to growth and reconciliation. Walking away requires inner strength and a deep belief in your worth. It means having faith that something better awaits and understanding that you deserve respect, love, and support in a relationship. And remember, it's not about being heartless or uncaring, it's about self-love and self-respect. So next time you find yourself at a crossroads in a relationship, recall this lesson from Stoicism. Reflect deeply on your values and principles, and if necessary, have the courage to walk away. It might be challenging, but ultimately, it leads to a more genuine, fulfilling life, bringing you closer to the kind of relationships you truly deserve. Lesson 5. Balance passion and reason. In our world of intense emotions and captivating stories, the wisdom of Stoicism provides a refreshing approach to managing passion in relationships. It's not about being emotionally detached or dull, but about balancing our emotional fervor with a sense of reason. Stoicism teaches that our emotions, though an integral part of our human experience, should not control us. This balance is essential for maintaining harmony in relationships. Think about it. Passion without reason can lead to impulsive decisions, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflicts. Conversely, reason without passion can render a relationship cold and unfulfilling. Stoicism advises us to embrace our emotions, but not let them dominate our actions. For instance, imagine being in a relationship where every disagreement turns into a heated argument. This is passion unchecked by reason. Instead, approach these situations with the Stoic principle of rational detachment. Take a step back, assess the situation calmly, and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding them and choosing a measured response. On the other hand, consider a relationship devoid of emotional expression, where logic and reason dominate. This can make the relationship feel sterile and distant. Stoicism encourages us to find joy, express love, and be passionate, but within the bounds of reason. It's about appreciating moments of happiness and connection, without losing ourselves in them. Strive for a balance where passion fuels your connection and reason guides your actions. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, often spoke about this balance. He believed in experiencing life fully, while maintaining control over his emotions. His famous quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength," encapsulates this idea perfectly. It reminds us that we can choose how we react to our emotions, and that this choice is where our true power lies. Applying this in relationships means being passionate, expressing love, joy, and excitement, but not letting these emotions cloud our judgment. It's about recognizing when our emotions are leading us astray and using reason to steer us back on course. For example, in moments of intense attraction or love, it's easy to overlook red flags or compromise on our values. Stoicism teaches us to be aware of these feelings, but not be blinded by them. It's about finding a middle ground where passion enhances our relationships, but reason ensures they remain healthy and respectful. In summary, embracing the Stoic principle of balancing passion and reason can lead to more fulfilling and harmonious relationships. It allows us to experience the full range of human emotions, while maintaining control and making thoughtful decisions. So the next time you find yourself caught in the whirlwind of emotions, remember the Stoic wisdom. Feel deeply, love passionately, but let reason be your guide. This balance will not only enrich your relationships, but also bring a sense of inner peace and stability. Lesson 6. The strength of vulnerability. In our world, strength is often misunderstood as having it all together, as never showing weakness. But let's challenge that notion. What if true strength lies in embracing our vulnerabilities and being open about them? Stoicism, at its core, isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending to be invincible. It's about understanding ourselves deeply, including our vulnerabilities, and approaching them with honesty and courage. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out at a breathtaking view. The beauty of the landscape is only visible because you dared to walk to the edge, to confront your fear. Similarly, embracing vulnerability in relationships allows us to experience deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. Brené Brown, a contemporary researcher and storyteller, has extensively studied vulnerability. Her work aligns beautifully with Stoic